for this?
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
And we are back.
Yes, we are.
Without the boss. This is going to be a fun show. Coming to you from Worldwide Digital Broadcast. This is the Southern Nevada Sports News with Jeff Belknap.
And Brett Price.
So, we'll jump right in. We watching some baseball here.
Oh, yeah.
We got the Indians up 2-0.
Yep.
With,
Game 3 going on right now.
yeah, what is it
In
now?
Toronto, it's 1-1. 1-1 in the third. So, Toronto just tied it up with a home run.
Right.
So, place is going crazy up there. And we'll see if the Indians can get out of there, with at least one win. It's a tough place to play up there. So.
Well, I would like to see the pennant stay in the United States.
Yes,
So
exactly. Exactly. I hear you.
we do not want Toronto winning. But
No.
I have a buddy that lives in Toronto. I was trying to get him on the show today,
Mhm.
and unfortunately he didn't get back to me in time. So
He's busy right now.
yeah, he's probably watching
Watching the
game.
game. He's right watching the
Yeah,
game.
like let's get some importance going here. But I didn't actually know the game was going to be on when I initially contacted him.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't really check into that far into the schedule, but it is on 1-1. Was it the
1-1 in the third.
third inning? Okay.
Yep.
So we got that, and then we have the Dodgers.
Dodgers
Actually-
and Cubs are 1-1 now.
Yeah.
Kershaw finally showed up in the playoff game, after all the ridicule he's been getting for years and years, and pitched a good game last night, and 1-0 Dodgers going back to L.A.
I was when I didn't turn the game on initially, I was watching the football game, which was, if you're a Colts fan,
Which I'm not.
you're not, but an embarrassment for the
Yeah.
Colts fans.
Oh, yeah.
What a
It's
horrible way
crazy.
to lose.
Yeah.
And the last play that I saw, because I was just kind of doing some running around, I saw Andrew Luck score the touchdown. He ran it in pretty easily, and I was like, okay, they're up 20-9.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem. Then I looked at the score again, 23-9. I'm like, oh, okay. Next thing I know, I had the Twitter notifications come across, and then they're like 2-point conversion. The game's tied. I'm like, what did I just miss here? So I turned it on. I saw the game was tied, and luckily for me, and one of the reasons why I didn't watch the game is because I hate to watch myself lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had a teaser going.
Okay.
With 2 games of that, and then I have 1 game tonight, which I'll share in a second. But I took the Colts in the under. So I had under 54.5 and plus 9.5. So I'm like pretty safe.
I thought you were
I
said
thought it was
pretty
very
good.
safe.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden it's tied, and I'm like, okay, so I can't lose this under. But if you had the game straight up on the under, you
Yeah.
lost.
Yep.
Because the over-under was 48. When they scored the 2-point conversion, made it 46, and then obviously they're going to score in overtime. So you're hoping for a safety at that point to like at least get out with the push, But what is up with the Colts? I mean, I don't think Houston's that great.
No, I don't think. I think Houston's very average too. But the Colts are just their defense is just so erratic.
Yeah.
And you got Andrew Luck, which more and more film, less weapons for him, offense. And then he's getting beat up too. His offensive line is just like a sieve. They're just coming through there.
Let's stay on task because we have a tendency to roll.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the NFL in the second segment. So let's go to college.
All right.
So what happened this weekend? First of all, let's talk about your boys.
Okay.
I really wanted you to lose.
Well, of course you did.
We're talking about Ohio State.
They didn't.
They did. But you know what? I was actually
through.
thinking, are they really going to lose this game? And I was like, if they lose this game, that's going to make a lot of things more interesting because they still have time to get back up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice that Washington has kind of made its way into.
Oh yeah,
the playoff talk.
they're definitely making a push. After the last few weeks, blowouts, things like that. They're trying to make a statement. And then they're really the only team out west that is really doing anything.
Well, this was my thought process about you losing that particular game. is that it would make the Michigan game a lot more interesting because they would basically have to win to get in. Now what's probably going to happen is the loser of that game is going to get bounced out of the playoff picture.
It matters what kind of game it is, and it matters what else happens
look,
with other ones.
We're
But-
not SEC, though. I mean, the SEC is the only one where you can lose and actually still
Well,
stay
I
there.
mean, the thing is, Ohio State and Michigan, they're going to be in the top 5 for pretty much the whole year.
Yeah.
So if it's a close game either way, the winner is going to have to go play in the Big Ten championship game,
Yep.
which, as the loser sits there around maybe 6, if they're.
I mean, who's going to contest on the other side?
But the thing is,
What,
no, but you need someone else like a Clemson to lose in their championship
Yeah.
game or something like that to happen, which could easily happen. And Washington's got to play maybe a hot USC team.
Yeah.
So there's this scenario because if it's a good game, the loser is not going to drop very far,
Right.
and the winner just can't lose that Big Ten championship game. Then,
Yeah.
So
That's true.
but
It's going to be interesting.
it will be. It's
gonna
starting
start-
it's starting to get good.
So, some of you guys know that I do drive Uber on occasion, just to make some extra
Yep.
dollars. And I had the unfortunate circumstance of driving an Ohio State fan the other day. And we were having a lot of fun. He was like taking little pop shots at me. Of course, I'm seasoned here. Okay, I've
Yeah.
been doing this for a long time. So I know that it will take you about 16 years to pass us if you beat us every single year.
Which we're on the verge of right now.
Yeah. Well, that's not gonna happen. So sometime in the 2040,
Yeah,
if you have
yeah.
continue, if Urban Meyer doesn't, pass away, heaven forbid, or move on to the next position.
Yeah.
But this guy was hilarious, and I almost wish that I could have recorded.
Was
our
it after the
banter.
game? Was it after the
It was-
Wisconsin?
of course, it was after he won.
Okay. Okay.
Because he mentioned that he was an Ohio State fan, and I said I'm sorry, which is like my normal
Yeah.
response. And then he's like, "Oh, you're obviously a Michigan fan." And there we go. That's how it goes. But it was a lot of fun. The people in the back of the car were cracking up because we were just like taking shots at each other, and we had a good time. But as we do,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
For sure.
I love the
It's
little
fun.
banter that goes back
It's
and
fun. You even hit me up during the game. You go, "Are you sweating a little bit?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sweating a little bit."
Yeah,
You
I was
know?
watching it and I was thinking, Wisconsin's actually playing pretty
They played
decent.
really well.
Yeah.
The thing that surprised me about Wisconsin, that's a tough place to play up there, and especially at night, things like that. But I was surprised how fast Wisconsin kind of looked.
Yeah,
Especially defensively. I was like, man, they're flying around. We couldn't really get things going, but got it to overtime and made a play in overtime, and then
that's all you need is one play
yeah,
in overtime.
one
too.
one play, and then we got them to 4th down, and we had a meeting at the quarterback with
Well,
about
you
4
know-
guys.
What surprised me is a little bit of play calling. When
I was thinking during the game we were getting out coached.
yeah.
I was sitting there with my brother and a friend, a couple other friends, and I'm leaning over my
I saw
brother.
where you were at. I mean, I saw you a picture, but
Yeah.
where were you at? Where's the Ohio State
we
part?
were the PTs on Buffalo and
Okay,
215.
okay, that's where I thought you were.
Yeah. So that's little they call it the Shoe West. Basically, there's a Ohio State fan club bar at PT's there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go watch a Michigan game there.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
full
Do it.
Paint a big M in my car and
There
come
you go.
rolling up honking in the
Yeah.
parking lot.
Do it. I dare you. I dare you. No, but I was telling
buy
my
me
brother, I'm like, I said, we're getting kind of out coached here. Especially the first half, the jet sweep was killing us.
Yeah.
And me and my brother were talking at half. I said, they got to set up. They're going to fake that thing, and they're going to hit somebody down the middle and get a touchdown. They never did. I mean, they threw a little counter off of it with, the fake the jet sweep and then the fullback. But
Yeah.
I was waiting for that pass to come. It never did. But those are the kind of games that are going to get you better for down the road as well. Playing in the big games. I mean, we got going to Penn State this weekend, which we always have trouble with.
That's gonna be tough.
And then we're favored by 20, which was ridiculous going into Penn State. They always
Yeah, and Penn
they have
State's
the
not playing
whiteout
decent,
every
so-
time we play, or it's like alternating years. Michigan we'll go one year and they have the whiteout, and then Michigan will go in there the following year. They'll have the whiteout for that game. So
Yeah.
it's a night game. So there'll be raucous 105,000 people going crazy. I guess it doesn't matter what Penn State. I mean, I'm starting to hear some heat that's coming on Franklin a little bit. So
Really?
yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting, and your boys had the bye week and are back this week playing. Two former NFL coaches with Lovey
Yep.
and Harbaugh going at it with Michigan and Illinois. 35-point favorite Michigan is, which.
I hate laying those big.
Well, the
birds.
thing is too, and then you get worried about the look ahead. They got Michigan State at Michigan State next week. I mean, it doesn't look like much from outside the state of Michigan, but you know how it is
Yeah.
in there, what it means, and it wouldn't. Michigan State struggling, but they would love
they would
to
love me see
upset
them knock them off.
Michigan.
There's no doubt
So
about it.
that's going to be a battle. You just get caught with hopefully. Not with a look ahead, but I mean you're going to win, but I don't know about the 35 points.
Yeah.
So.
I don't like laying those big spreads with Michigan. They have a tendency to not cover those. And
But they did win 78-0 a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean they're capable. I mean they have a capable team, but I think that anything else. I mean Illinois had a rough time.
Yeah.
Playing some lesser opponents, and I think that's been the challenge is when they. They kind of play off teams. Sometimes they just.
I know, and I know their quarterback Lunt's questionable. I think this week
Yeah.
right now, and he's.
They might give him the week off.
Yeah.
To kind of see who they have.
Who knows? But they went in. They played Rutgers, beat Rutgers
Yeah.
this week, and everything covered. I know that line really dropped towards Saturday towards Rutgers, but if you've seen Rutgers, you don't want to any part of them.
I hope everyone's staying away from them at this point.
But some of the other games this week, Clemson dodges the bullet.
Yeah.
Big time against North Carolina State. I know everybody. Clemson wise, I heard a couple people talking that they thought they were done with that field goal. I mean, the kid pushes it right, and the kid missed 3 field goals.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Anytime that you're in a big
Because they
game
got
like that,
outplayed.
you're
North Carolina
losing.
State outplayed Clemson at Clemson.
Yeah.
I watched that game and they outplayed them. They deserved the win, but that's again.
That's why you play the game.
You play the game and you get it. The better players made the play at the end. Type of thing. So
Well, some of the games that we took. I mean, I was on Memphis on Friday, which got backdoored
Yep.
with 49 seconds left, and
Oh.
the thing about those games is Memphis had multiple opportunities to put that game way out of reach.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking. Just score.
Just score one more and we'll feel
'cause
comfortable.
You're up 17. I'm up 17, and they had a couple times where they were driving.
Mm-hmm.
One time they got sacked out of field goal range. The other time the guy missed the field goal.
Yep.
So either one of those times I get the cover easy. But then again, that's why you bet. So that's not why I don't bet to lose. But
Yeah.
But what about? Tell me you saw the hit for the safety from the guy from Northwestern on Michigan State, the Michigan State quarterback. I'm gonna have to show you this hit, and we're actually gonna put it in the show
Yeah.
when the highlights come out. Because this guy completely he goes airborne. I'm surprised they didn't actually call him for targeting.
Uh-huh.
He actually goes airborne, but catches the quarterback and picks him up and then slams him on the ground.
Oh, no, and then he got it for a save. I didn't see that.
Oh no,
So-
I will
I'll
definitely
have
put
to-
that
I'll
on
have
there.
to
It
check
will
that.
be
Yeah.
on the green screen. I mean, this is an amazing the fact that this dude got up.
Wow.
Nice young quarterback for Michigan State, by the way. I think he's going to be decent.
Did they
but-
take O'Connor out?
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they needed
Yeah.
some sort of change.
Well, you can't. I mean, if you score in excess of 45 points and don't win a game, it's not
Exactly.
the offense's fault.
And the thing
It's not the
is like
quarterback's fault.
Northwestern really hasn't really scored very many points this year.
Right.
They put some up on Iowa and now Michigan State, but
Well, they're going to have to score some points this week.
yeah,
I think they play
they play
Indiana
IU
this week.
Yep. They play Indiana this week, and I know that line's right around 2,
Yeah,
2.5, 1.5.
In
like that.
that's another game we can jump into. I was I was on Indiana in the last game, and
Against Nebraska.
Nebraska
Yep.
handled that game. So we
Yeah, I mean-
talked about them being a better team this year, Nebraska.
Yeah.
and they've
They're
shown that they are.
undefeated right now, You know, they got a game. I'm trying to look here. They got Purdue this week.
Oh, that should be a Cupcake
Purdue,
City.
you know, fired their coach yesterday. You know, and I heard a few things that the players are really relaxed now that they're saying we can finally do some stuff. You know, so they kind of threw him under the
Horse on
bus.
the bus.
Yeah. And you know, and the line's 24 right now, and I know Nebraska could be looking ahead a little bit because they got Wisconsin next week. So that's another one you could look at, you know, rejuvenated team, not as talented, but, you know, maybe a little more free-spirited, want to play harder for
They're going to
the
get
guy.
crushed. Don't give
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so I'm looking at a couple other games right now. 24 points at home, though.
Yeah.
I think they cover that game.
With a look ahead. They could
Okay,
look ahead,
so-
though.
How about George? I know he's not listening, so I can talk some junk about him. Talking smack about Eastern Michigan being the 121st team, and look at them now.
They're five and
5-1.
5-1 or 5-2.
Pretty sure they're 5-1.
Okay.
Playing.
They lost to Toledo and they lost to Missouri. They've
Because
lost
of it?
two.
Okay, so they have
Yep.
lost two. Okay, playing.
But they're ATS. They're 6-1,
They're
and they play
playing
Western.
this week.
Western this week. Western will wipe them up. Western is a really, really good team.
Actually, surprisingly good.
They're really
I
good.
Thought that Akron game
Yeah,
would be a game.
at Akron, and it
At
wasn't even
Akron,
close.
41-0.
41-0.
Absolute destruction. So you think it's going to be a blowout? Laying
Yeah,
23
it's
points, no
23
problem?
right now. I think they're on a mission. I think they actually see their chance to make, you know, a New Year's Day, a New Year's Six kind of game since Houston got knocked out. You know, they got to worry about Boise. You know, probably them or Boise, if they run the table, are probably going to be one of those teams that get in. So they have a lot of motivation. They've never been ranked. They're ranked now. And Fleck is a great coach. He's got, you know, those kids just playing for him and playing together and rolling the
I
boat
like
type
them.
of thing.
I mean, obviously, you know,
And what we just talked about, Purdue. I think I can see him fitting going right to Purdue after this. Yeah,
so is Akron now is going to Ball State.
yeah.
I mean, is that a slap in the face going from like probably one of the better teams in the division to getting 2 points
Yeah.
at Ball State?
I know it's kind of crazy.
Or
but-
how about Eastern beating Ohio and then now they're only laying 2 points to Kent?
Kent? I know.
Like, how is that even? How's this happen?
I'm telling you.
Anyway, let's stay away from the MAC this week because it could be like
I do have one. I do have a MAC game on the Dirty Dozen though.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll get to that one. The Dirty Dozen with me and Brett today only, so we'll see how that goes. Last week, 6-6.
Last
Where
week
were we?
you went 6-6. I went 7-5, and Bill went 6-6, and our guest Jillian went 8-4.
8-4.
Yeah,
Well, I'll have to give him some props on that on Twitter.
exactly.
So another game that I really enjoyed watching, UNLV.
If you
So-
stayed up,
I actually stayed up. And,
Okay.
And if you missed the game went back and forth.
yeah,
It was 7-7, you know, just back and boom, boom, boom. Went to 21-21 at the half, 24-24 at the end of the third, and then the fourth. So in the fourth, they basically traded touchdowns back and forth. So it gets up to 38-38. Hawaii gets the ball. They get stopped. It was literally the only stop
Stop
in the
in the
fourth
game.
quarter. UNLV gets the ball, goes down, kicks field goal with a minute to go. Dalton Sneed, 279 yards passing, couple touchdowns. Ridiculous. I think his QBR was like 150. I mean, just had a great game.
yeah. He's
coming
really
off
improving.
Coming off a game that was a little challenging.
Yeah.
you know,
Well, the
against
thing
San
is,
Diego
it's
State.
one of those things where, well, if they give him time, he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, because he's athletic, elusive enough, and you know, things like. But against San Diego State, he was just running for his life. I mean,
Yeah.
he was just trying to not turn the ball over and survive that game. And
Speaking
so,
of San Diego State, I don't know the statistic here, but have they covered the spread?
they covered the first couple weeks, but lately they haven't even come close to covering. I can tell you that because I had them a couple times.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start.
So-
saying that.
Shoot, but
All right. So what do we say? We got still 1-1.
1-1 in the top of the fourth.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, and this with just going back to baseball for a second, Cleveland didn't win a championship for 50 years. Do you honestly believe they're going to pull 2 off in 1 year?
Yes, I do. Why not?
Spoken.
Why not?
Like a true Ohio
Why
State
not?
fan, always
Why not?
thinking they can win.
City of Champions. Oh, we just scored. Home run, Napoli,
Uh-oh.
I think. Napoli finally woke up. He had RBI double in the first. Just hit a solo shot right now. 2-1 Tribe.
Oh, nice. If they win, up 3-0.
Up
Hard-
3-0.
hard
It'd be
to come
tough.
back.
Yeah. Be tough because I don't know how they're going to play the pitching now because Bauer started tonight, but he had that accident with his finger
Yeah.
with the 10 stitches. And
How did that happen? I missed that.
he cut it on doing something with a drone.
Oh, that's a good
So,
idea. Right before
yeah.
the game.
So and he said it was some freak thing. One
Oh,
of the,
sure.
One
Playing
of
with
the
the drone before
one of the
a game,
blades-
That's a freak thing.
one of the blades
sure.
went and the other ones didn't or something, this and that. And he ended up getting 10 stitches in his pinky finger. So he
If
did.
there are any professional athletes listening right now, I will handle the drone for you. I will drive you home from the club. I will actually babysit you if you need to be babysat. And I'll do it for a reasonable price. Just want to give you the heads up.
So yeah, he
Unbelievable.
had 10 stitches in his pinky finger. He did some like toss. So he's like, "Oh, my finger's okay." Goes to the first inning and he adrenaline's pumping, this and that. He's firing, gets a strikeout, gets another ground out, and then he walks to and he's bleeding all over. He's dripping blood. And Toronto's manager comes out and points it out, and they pull him from the game because he's bleeding.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, what is the velocity of your arm moving forward if you're throwing at 95 miles an hour? I mean,
exactly.
that's gonna
Yeah,
cause some
it's going to
blood
cause some
pressure,
stuff. So
you know?
yeah, he didn't really test it out. Needless
Well,
to
he
say,
obviously didn't think it through.
no, he obviously making some bad decisions. The last few weeks.
All right, so let's jump back into college because we only got a few more minutes
Okay.
for the break. So, what do you? Did you have some games that you really just loved?
This week,
Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning. I mean, the ones that jumped out. I mean, a little bit. The West Virginia TCU game. West Virginia's -5. I think TCU is really overrated, and I think West Virginia's a little underrated. So I like that 5. I like the West Virginia playing at home at 5, giving 5 against a TCU team that just beat Kansas by 1 point a few weeks ago and hadn't really covered anything. And
Laying,
yeah,
20-something
yeah,
in
they
that
were
game.
almost 30 points.
yeah.
So I like West Virginia, at that. Syracuse getting 5.5 at Boston College, kind of like that. They're kind of coming on offensively. They're pretty good, and I think they're coming together a little bit under Dino Babers.
Yep.
So they're coming together, just coming off a big win against Virginia Tech.
Was that a Syracuse win or Virginia Tech loss?
I mean, when you win by 14 points, when you're almost 23 point underdog, I'd say you did something right. The other one I'm looking at, like I told you, Penn State getting 20 at home against Ohio State at night. I can only see that maybe going up too. And then another one, that's it jumped out at me, but I haven't really thought about it too much. Texas A&M getting 17 at Alabama. I mean, they're number 5-6 team in the country. They're getting 17 points. It's a little slap in the face, really. But yeah, those are just a few that kind of jumped out at me. Then I told you the look ahead teams. I thought Michigan may be looking ahead, Nebraska may be looking ahead, and then Washington may be looking ahead. They're playing Oregon State. They're giving 35, and they got Utah next week. So that's a big game in the North. Both undefeated in the North right now.
So last week, I want to give you some props. Last week, I actually told you the Air Force was good.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, the Wyoming was good. But I actually said that Air Force was actually a decent team.
Yeah.
And then they go and
They
lose
go
at
and
home
get
against New
at
Mexico.
home. I know.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
So just a couple of games that kind of stood out to me is I don't like laying big spreads.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the number that I like the least to lay is 5.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it's just a bad number.
Well, I think those will move a little bit, but I think I just think West Virginia. I'll probably take West Virginia.
I think
maybe
West
money line or
Virginia
something.
is a good team, and they definitely surprised me in the past week. I really thought, obviously, that was one of my plays, was that game over. I thought that game was going to be a little more scoring.
Texas Tech did not show up.
No.
It's 7 in the first half, and they'd been averaging 34 in the first half all year.
Right.
And they got 7.
Yeah. So I like a couple of MAC games.
Mm-hmm.
In the games I already just mentioned, I think I'm going to go with Akron against
Ball State.
Ball
Getting
State's
points.
really not
Getting
that good.
points, right? Or
I think
giving?
they're laying 2.
Oh, laying 2. Okay.
And then Ohio University against a horrible Kent State team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it. And
They're
that's at home.
absolutely
They're at
garbage.
home. Ohio's at home.
No, it's exactly at Kent State.
It's at Kent?
Yeah, which isn't too far.
No.
Anyways,
No.
I like La Tech over.
Yeah, I got La Tech against FIU minus
Yeah.
15. I think they'll crush them.
Yeah. Well, La Tech, I mean, Florida International has no problems giving up points. Or
Yeah.
Atlantic has no problem giving up points.
Yeah.
I mean, they will
Yeah.
definitely be scored on.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at La Tech to probably easily put up 40-plus points.
Yeah.
So I just need just a little bit of action from them, and we'll be good.
Well, that's thinking of an over-under game that you like to do. Oklahoma plays Texas Tech this week.
Yep.
So what's that going to be?
It's
What it's going to be, like 81? 80? I mean, last
I
week
did see a game for, it was
it's got to be in the
87
80s.
and a half.
It has to be high 80s.
Did you say Alabama?
No.
Oh, you said Texas
Oklahoma
Tech.
and Texas Tech.
Oklahoma, Texas Tech. Let's look real quick.
I don't know. I seen the spread, but I didn't see any over under. Oklahoma was favored
only
by
85
14.
and a half.
85 and a half. That's right. The mid 80s. Yeah. And that's probably going to go up.
So that's one. And and this is the other one I'm going to take. I think that going to Hawaii in winning that game in Hawaii boosted confidence for UNLV.
Yeah.
I think that they win easily against Colorado State at home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's going to be a good crowd. I think they'll be playing behind a really good crowd this week, and I'm looking forward to them actually.
How many wins does UNLV have
They're
right now?
3 right now, 3-3.
Could they get this? This is a big win then.
I mean,
they
it
need
is
this,
huge.
yeah, if they want to try and maybe make a bowl.
I mean, they have a couple of tough games at the end of the season, so they got to get these wins now.
Yeah.
You know that.
They beat Fresno or lost to Fresno?
They beat Fresno.
Yeah, and then lost to Idaho.
They lost a.
I can't remember. They lost the game they shouldn't have lost.
And we obviously are not prepared to talk about this game. No, but I really do like them against Colorado State, who's really not that good of a team.
No.
So those are my 4 plays.
They played
initial
Boise
look.
tough last week, but I think Boise's overrated a little bit too. I think they haven't covered yet.
They're not a team that covers, but they're
They
constantly
won
laying,
28-23 against Colorado State at Boise.
but constantly laying double digit.
They were favored by 28 points against Colorado State.
It's a tough spot to be laying double digits every single game.
There's a reason why you're doing it. You're supposed to be good.
Okay, so we're gonna take our first break. We're gonna come back and talk about we might touch on some more college, but some NFL. We're gonna talk about some hockey, some basketball, maybe a little bit. You know what? I'm looking really forward to is the beginning of college basketball.
Oh, it's not too
cannot
far away.
wait.
Got some exhibitions coming up next weekend. I know some of the exhibition games, and then they're going to be full swing.
Yep. So we're gonna be back right after this break from www.dbcorp.com. And we are back from www.dbcorp.com, worldwide digital broadcast. Southern Nevada Sports News with Jeff Belknap.
And Brett Price.
Okay, so before the break, we were talking about UNLV. So we're just going to jump back in there because being the journalist that we are.
Yes, of course.
Actually, we're not as much journalists, but we really like doing this show. So
I'm repping the day.
yeah, there we go. So UNLV's got 5 games left. They at home this week against Colorado State. Then they go up to San Jose,
Winnable.
come back, play Wyoming,
It's going to be a tough game. But you got them at home.
right, at home, up to Boise,
Won't
and
win
then,
that
of
one.
course, the Cannon.
They can beat UNR.
So basically, they're 3-4 right now. 6 wins get you bowl eligible. Possibly can squeeze in. They need to win 3 of these next 5 games.
Yeah.
I think they have to win. I think that Sanchez is going to have these guys ready.
Yeah, I mean, they keep getting better. That's
Yeah.
the thing. They keep getting better every week.
Yep.
So, I mean, the progress they are making, I really like their chances.
I would really like to see them already bowl eligible before they go to
The
Boise.
UNR. Oh, before Boise?
Yeah, because that way they lose that
Yeah,
game.
because
They're
they got to
still
win
there.
3 straight. Yeah,
Because you already know.
Wyoming's going to be Wyoming's the key game.
Yeah,
The Wyoming's that key game.
yeah. And you were ribbing me, saying that I said that Wyoming was
Yeah.
good. They are 4-2.
4-2.
And
Yeah.
they are laying 4 points to Nevada this week.
I think that's an easy bet.
Wyoming -4.
Yes.
I don't think that.
Because UNR is not very good.
Well, every time we say that, they end up being good.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you took
Did you
UNR
guys get
at you took UNR at Purdue.
dude,
They did not cover because
Hold
they
on, though.
because that late touchdown.
dude, a 54-yard touchdown up. Dude, I
They
had the
did-
game covered.
they didn't give you-
to go. They throw a
Is
54-yard touchdown.
is the money in your pocket?
You're right. You're right. And
I'm
you know
just
what
playing with
you know
you,
what the
man.
funny thing is that in the NFL, that's a win.
Oh
Because
yeah.
the NFL is not going to throw
'Cause
the
there's-
ball. They're just
no,
going to hand
they're
the
just
ball
gonna
off. They're
run
going
it
to go
down.
and play
Yep.
prevent. In college, man, that's the thing. That's why I love betting it so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
never-
you're never out of it.
No,
You
you're
know,
never.
like even like you watch some of these games and you're like, my over is dead. The UNLV game, great example, 31 points. Or
Yep.
wait, more than that. They scored like 40 something points in the fourth quarter. So I mean, that's good stuff. Okay, so we're going to touch on some NFL now.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona 7-3, 6 minutes to
7-3
go in the
right now.
half on the Jets 3-yard line.
Oh, they're going in.
Yep. So hopefully they'll score a touchdown. My last game in the teaser that I mentioned earlier is -1 Arizona. I did not hedge it. Uh-oh. What happened? Did you catch it? No.
Yep.
So, NFL this week. Besides Buffalo, who impressed you?
What got into them? Offensively, they are since they fired their offensive coordinator, they are tearing it up.
You know what cracks me up is there's a guy on ESPN, which I don't like ESPN that much, but I did catch a statement that he made saying that the Bills have locked in the 4th best quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah, they said they have locked in the 4th best quarterback in their division.
Oh,
So it's basically saying he's the worst
Yeah.
quarterback in their division. 46 points yesterday.
yeah.
Completely dominated.
And
San
then
Francisco.
Shady McCoy got a little revenge against Chip Kelly
Looking
for
really
cutting him in Philadelphia. He runs for like 140 against the 49ers yesterday. The team that I don't know what to think about it. I'm just baffled is Carolina.
Yeah, really.
You know,
surprising.
15-1 regular season last year. Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl. They're 1-5 right now, and they're, you know, is the cornerback Josh
Norman.
Norman? Is he the big? You know, how good is he? Did he? Obviously, he didn't get paid enough because you know their defense can't stop anybody now.
Well, I mean, anytime you're playing against Breeze, anything can happen. The thing about it is they came back in that game. They tied the game, which I thought, well, hey, they're just going to come back and win this. I mean, the Saints are known to lose
Well,
games. I
heck
mean,
yeah.
they can lose a game like anybody.
Yeah,
But they kicked that field goal and beat them, and I was actually surprised.
yeah. I mean, it's just.
I just don't think
But
Cam
they're
is
just giving up 40 some points. I mean, I know it's New Orleans can score and this and that, but they've done it to multiple teams.
Yep.
You know, giving up a lot of points, and I mean they're supposed to be one of the best defenses in the league. I mean,
Yeah.
if you were in a fantasy draft, they're
Oh,
top
they were
3
in the top ones,
defense,
yeah.
easy. You know, Luke Kuechly and stuff like that. He's really good
Oh,
linebacker.
he's the best in the league.
But they don't have anybody in the secondary right now.
So Detroit, I watched the game. Very
Because it was on TV.
gut
right?
wrenching.
Yeah.
I actually don't have the local channels. I actually use
Oh.
a Fire Stick, but gut wrenching game to watch. I mean, literally, if you go to my Twitter, snsportsnews.com, you can see me bashing the Lions because I'm basically saying, look, man, just run the ball. Do not give the ball back to them. They're definitely going to win if they have the ball. It's like it's hard to watch such a horrible defense. And to think that, like, the Lions, here we are, 6 games in, they're 3-3. Easily could be 5-1. Mm-hmm. Stafford
Tennessee game, yeah.
Yeah,
They
Tennessee,
should've won
he threw an interception. He throws another interception at the end of another game. Both games, a field goal wins.
Yeah.
But, first time that they're favored and win.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The other 2 wins, they were dogs. So, what about Big Ben going out?
I was just gonna say. I guess I'm the negative guy today. The Steelers he's projected. I hear he's not going to play next week. Against
Who do
the
the Steelers
Patriots.
have next
They have
week?
Patriots at home.
That's going to be ugly.
The Patriots, and then it was just like the Steelers score first, go for 2, get it, and it's like 8-3. Or well, I guess Miami scored first, but then Steelers got a touchdown, go for 2, 8-3. You're thinking, okay, here they go, and they were never in that game at all.
Yeah.
And it's Big Ben going down.
Well, I'm always trying to find a way to get on the sharp side, and that game, I saw the way that the line was moving. I thought that Pittsburgh was going to cover that game. Mm-hmm. I did not lay the points, but I did have them on the money line on a ticket, and that hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
Dallas looking good again.
like they
Unbelievable.
look comfortable.
Yep.
Their chemistry is really good.
Can Zeke get 2,000 yards?
I don't know. He's rolling right now. He's rolling.
looking
He's
good.
definitely going to get the rookie record, I would assume.
Well, I could tell you this: at 45 years old, I could get 500 yards rushing behind that line.
Yeah, but the thing is,
That line is absolutely
and
beastly. The
you-
holes that they blow open for him.
being a football guy like you are, you got to appreciate the way he runs.
Absolutely.
He,
I just don't like him because he's from Ohio
Yeah,
State.
but he
And
just
he's
runs
a little
hard.
arrogant. And that whole thing with Urban Meyer and his whole "I quit" and all this, that type of stuff bugs me. It's like the reason why I don't like Kobe Bryant. When he retired, I almost started to like the Lakers. No, I still don't like the Lakers. But, it's that type of arrogance I just don't like from any type of player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like kids modeling after that.
all right.
So it's like I would rather see a humble player, Barry Sanders type of guy that just goes out there, hands the ball to the ref, scores touchdowns, does his thing.
Yesterday I was getting a little irritated with Zeke as well with this thing. I was like, all right, just run the ball, Zeke.
Yeah.
Just do your job.
See, because you're saying that, and I'm like, I hope somebody knocks this dude's helmet off. That's the difference between you and
Yeah.
me. So I'm like, just crush him. Dominican Sue. When do they play him? Because we know that he'll smash him.
Oh yeah, they'll do
But-
something.
How would when I told you that I was going to take the Browns? Tell me your feeling.
Like, you're an idiot.
But
they're
they covered. But
they covered.
Let me tell you.
But they're in games right now.
Let me tell you how poor coaching is. I don't know if you caught the end of this, but down 15, okay, they drive down and they actually went for. They scored a touchdown with a few minutes left, maybe 2 or 3 minutes left. They went for 2. Down 15. I don't know where these guys. They make millions of dollars. These coaches. You always kick the extra point on that one.
Because you still
and then-
need 2 touchdowns anyways.
So that was I was baffled by the fact that they did that, but they ended up going down. I guess they were trying to just win the game or tie the game with whatever it was, but I was shocked. I was shocked by the coaching.
The shocking thing with Cleveland too is Terrell Pryor's he's
been
an elite receiver right now.
Well, I was actually surprised that they played as well as they did. But I'm not surprised that Pryor did. Pryor is a great player.
Yeah, he's
And the thing that I'm kind of like wondering is why haven't they even put him behind to like throw
just doing a bunch of different stuff with him. I mean, what do you got to lose type of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think they would. I hope they do something because being a Cleveland fan, we need something entertaining.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna lose, at least make it fun.
Yeah.
By that way, but 0-6 right now, and we're in games, which is almost even more frustrating and I looked at the schedule. There isn't too many games we can win the rest of the year.
Yep.
We haven't even played anybody in division yet, and they're all better than us.
So you got Cincinnati this week, Mike.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's
Battle of
laying
Ohio.
10. Another team this week that I think underperformed. I honestly thought that Cincy would play a little bit better against the Pats.
I watched that game in the first half. Andy Dalton looked really sharp.
Yep.
Looked really good. They were hanging in there, and it's just New England. They get a couple stops, you're done because they're going to go down and score, and then they always come up with some turnover, get a short field and score again, and all of a sudden you're down 15 points.
Yep.
And it's like crap.
Well, I mean, when looking at the way these guys are playing, can anyone beat the Patriots?
I don't
Buffalo
know.
maybe is going to get Buffalo.
That'll be
beat them
interesting.
Once, without a quarterback at all. So
Yeah.
that was the one's going to be hard to say, but
that next game will be in New England.
right.
Well, whatever it is, I'll take New England.
I can tell you this, man. I love that game over every year.
Yeah.
That game, Buffalo, New England, in New England, over.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like snowing and like
Oh, yeah,
torrential
it could
down.
be-
It doesn't matter.
yeah,
It doesn't
all
matter.
kinds of
That
different
game,
stuff.
that game just goes over.
Yeah.
So, just touch on Detroit. I don't know if Detroit is good or not. I could tell you that their
I don't
defense
know
is
either.
bad. Playing Washington this week, laying a point.
They're playing a little bit better.
Washington's
been
playing a lot better.
Yeah.
They
They
I
beat
think
Philly
they won
this
3
week.
or 4 straight.
They beat Philly this week.
Kirk Cousins was under the heat.
Yeah, he was. But he's
He's
a resilient guy, and he did it last year too. I mean, he had a couple bad games, and then he took him to the playoffs.
Yeah, but what did they win? 6 or 7 games. I
Uh,
mean,
it
it
was-
was because they were in the East. That
Yeah.
took them to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be like that this year because
No.
Dallas is.
Oh, Dallas is on fire.
Yeah, they're gonna.
So, how do you feel about Jacksonville? First of all, playing an absolute garbage Bears team, which I told
Yeah.
you last week.
Yeah.
Then Jacksonville beats them
Yeah. Well, they were down.
16-0.
16-0, and I'm like, oh, geez, Chicago's just gonna. It was I thought it was the Jacksonville that went out to the Raiders
Yeah.
a few weeks ago and just didn't do. Oh, it was San Diego. It was San Diego. Just didn't do anything. And next thing you know, I look at the ticker and it's 17-16 Jacksonville. I'm like, what the heck?
When they
it's-
scored that late
then I
touchdown,
go,
I
oh,
was
the
like, oh, boy.
Bears. I just thought the Bears were starting to get better, but it's not true.
Yeah. So I will give a shout out to Smack Talk Radio. We actually have action. It's still live action. The bet that we had was if Detroit won 2 games against Chicago, that I would be hosting their show. The flip side of it is he gets to host this show
Oh, he does.
if we lose 2 games. So I'm really hoping Detroit can pull off the game in Ford Field because I really don't want this dude on my show. And I'm actually going to tag him in this show just so he can hear me say that.
You have to have my permission.
There you go. So, anyways, Oakland is going to Jacksonville this week, getting a point. What do you
Hey.
think about that?
I don't know which Oakland team's going to show up. There's times where they look really good, and I thought they would really contend for the AFC West, but they got dominated yesterday.
Yep.
KC, I wasn't even close.
Well, you know that coming off the bye week, Andy Reid
Yeah,
now
16-2. That's crazy.
That is unbelievable.
That's a great little
That's
trends to find.
That's preparation, man. He's
Yep.
got those guys working in their bye weeks.
Yep.
He was doing it in Philly, and the Philly had a really good record, but it was because of him. And then
Right.
coming back into
He's a great coach.
yeah.
He's a really good coach, and
Well, Ware had a really good game in that game. They didn't. I think without Murray, their running game is hurting a little bit, and I think Oakland's going to be there at the end. I think they'll contest for that division.
yeah.
But
They just got some. They got a few holes. They got some good defensive players, but not enough of them. They got some holes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, the West is kind of crazy now because Denver's coming back to the pack, and KC could get it going. I like their personnel. They just got off to a slow start.
So last week we talked about some busts. Let me touch on Buffalo real quick.
Okay.
Buffalo laying 2.5 at Miami.
Why wouldn't you take that?
Yeah. Miami got to stay home this week. you
Yeah.
know, and maybe that's going to be good having 2 home games in a row.
Or everybody's gonna be patting them on the back for beating the Steelers. Who knows?
Yeah. So
I just don't think they're very good.
we were talking about busts last week, and we didn't mention that game, but Stanford did end up pulling it out, showing
Oh yeah,
that
against
the Irish.
Yeah,
they're
not
horrible.
good.
Yeah, they're horrible. But what do you think about Philly? Philly starting the season 3-0. Comes back, loses to Detroit, a very mediocre Detroit team. Then yesterday, lost to Washington. And then at home this week against Minnesota.
Well, here's the thing. There's film now
Right.
on Wentz, and they're going to exploit his weaknesses now that they got film. And you know how I feel about Minnesota. I'll take Minnesota every day of the week.
I can tell you that watching the games, and I was able to watch at least 3. I've watched at least 3 Minnesota games this year. They have the best coverage secondary that I've seen.
Yep, and they're great tacklers. If you do catch it, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really love their defense. I think it might be the best. If it's not the best, it's right there in the league. So
Yeah, and I don't really see any more games that I like in there.
Yeah.
For going on to next week.
there's another game somewhere. Is there another game in London or something like that? I think the Giants in L.A. playing somewhere. I can't remember.
Well, I know there's a Monday night
Might be
game
in London
coming
or
up
something. But
Monday night game in Oakland and Mexico City this year.
is there?
Oakland and somebody. I don't know if that I'd want to play a game in Mexico City.
Nah, I
but
don't think so either.
They'll probably have like the U.S. Army.
I hope they never try to do expansion over there. Or anywhere like London or anything. I don't want that. Who does?
Well, I mean, it didn't. The Euro League didn't work. So
No.
I mean,
Why?
what makes you think?
Who wants to go play?
Do you know who wants
Fly
to
clear
play
over there?
2-2?
At 2-2.
Do you know who wants them to play? The
Oh yeah.
billionaire
Goodell.
guys that want to sell out Wembley Stadium. And,
Yeah.
And yeah.
I don't want that stuff.
So yeah. That one is in Twickenham Stadium.
What is that?
You got me, man.
Twickenham Stadium.
I didn't
Sold
do,
out. You do Brett Musburger looking live at Twickenham Stadium.
Okay, so let's just touch on 2 things real quick. NBA's getting ready to start.
Yep.
I have a partner from Atlanta. Sports Debaters is his Twitter name. He's a big NBA guy. We're probably going to have him on the show.
Cool.
I'm not an NBA fan. I'm a huge college basketball fan. I watched the NBA starting about round 1 of the playoffs.
May?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm really not interested whatsoever.
Yeah.
NHL, I mean, obviously the longest standing playoff team ever, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yes, the Wings.
So I'm a big fan of the NHL. I cannot wait till we, know the name of the team that we
Yeah,
have here.
yeah.
That would be a good start. But then in 2018, we're actually going to have a team in Las Vegas. That's going to be great. To be able to see these teams when they come in is going to be awesome.
Yep.
Austin Matthews. What do you think
What a
about this
debut.
kid, man?
What a debut that kid had.
Man,
19
this kid,
years old.
This kid juked out like everyone, including the goalie,
Yeah.
on one of his goals, skating around him like they were like
Like he was
like
playing a
prep.
Pee Wee League
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
You know?
And these guys are like veterans, and this guy's just working these guys over.
Yeah.
He had literally juked out 4 players,
Yeah.
and then beat the goalie.
He
for
had
his
4
first goal.
goals in his debut as a pro.
Unbelievable.
And the good thing, the one of the good things was, cool things was his mom crying in the stands when the
Yeah.
place was going crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean,
pretty
talk
cool
about
stuff.
an excitement, man. You're 19 years old. You get picked in the first round.
Number one.
Yeah,
You're
number
overall.
1 pick, and then you just go there and just absolutely destroy
Yeah.
it first time. And the funny thing is I saw this. The SAD said, he was the 4th player to score a hat trick in his first game, and I was like, wow, 3 other people.
Yeah,
actually did that?
that's surprising.
I actually
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool.
You're like, wow.
And then all of a sudden, it came across the ticker. He scores 4 goals in his first
Yeah.
game, and I was like, man, I got to see this. So I went back and checked out the highlights. Man, what a!
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this kid play.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it was kind of reminiscent to like some Wayne Gretzky stuff.
Yeah, some Grains and Sidney Crosby, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Not a big Sidney Crosby fan, but he's good.
Yeah, the Pens are good.
Yeah,
Okay, so we only got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's roll through the
dozen.
Dirty Dozen.
Dirty dozen. Okay, well, we're going to start off ACC game on Thursday night. Miami at Virginia Tech. The line is 4.5, but we're doing
I'm going to
straight up.
take Miami snapping back. Both of those teams laid an egg this week.
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
taking
They
Miami.
both got beat. I'm going to take VT at home.
Okay,
Big Ten game, Wisconsin at Iowa.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Play anything like they did last week, they're going to roll on Iowa.
I'm going to take Wisconsin as well. Pac-12 game, Colorado at Stanford. 2.5 is the line, Stanford.
I like the way Colorado's playing.
They've covered every game so far.
I
too.
don't think that Stanford offense is that good. I think
Interested if McCaffrey comes back or not.
they're going to have to play. They're going to have to score some points in order to beat them.
Because Colorado's defense is good.
I'm actually going to take Colorado.
I'm right with you. I'm going to take Colorado as well.
I don't think that Stanford's going to have a little bit of trouble scoring, and they're going to have to in order to win that game.
I mean, I think it's going to kind of be a low-scoring game, more like I can see like a 20-10 game. Colorado winning 20-10,
All right.
something like that. SEC game, Ole Miss at LSU.
I knew you were going to say that one. I'm going to take LSU. I think
LSU's
that
at home.
I think that they're turning the corner,
Yeah,
and they're actually better. They have the weapons, and they're better than
yeah.
they should be.
I think it's a game I want to watch.
Yeah.
Ole Miss coming off a loss to Arkansas. That was a good game too.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with the home team, LSU. They're just playing really well. Here's our MAC game of the week:
Uh-oh.
Miami, Ohio at Bowling Green.
Miami, Ohio.
I'm going to go BG.
When you say MAC game, what are you talking about? The bottom of the MAC?
Yes, they are both 1-6
That's unbelievable. Why would you
with a
pick
4.5 point line. So that's what I went with.
that? That's great.
The AAC game of the week: Memphis laying 3 at Navy.
Navy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Memphis.
You're just
I'm
mad.
never-
You're
I'm
just
never
mad at
taking-
Memphis.
I am.
You're just mad at me. That was a
Those dogs.
spite pick for you.
That was it. I had some good action on that one. So that one actually pissed me off.
Mountain West game we talked about a little bit. Colorado State at UNLV.
UNLV.
I'm gonna take the Rebels as well.
I think UNLV wins that game by 14.
Nice. Bonus Big 12 pick: TCU at West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I'm gonna go West Virginia too. I think they're pretty good. Bonus AAC pick: it's Friday night game. South Florida at Temple.
I'll go Temple. I don't think South Florida's that good.
I'm gonna go with South Florida. USF. NFL. Giants and the Rams in whatever stadium you just said that was at.
Ticking, wicking him. I'm gonna go.
Giants are -3.
I'm gonna go Giants. I think they're gonna make their way. We got a minute left.
I'm going to go LA. Battle the two biggest cities in the
There you go.
Then New England at Pittsburgh.
New England.
Yep, New England.
I don't know if Big Ben's playing, so I can't take.
I don't
him
think
right
it
now.
matters.
Yep.
Then we got Houston Monday night game. Houston at Denver. It's kind of an interesting
Denver.
game there. Denver home game. I'm going to go Denver as well.
I don't know why we got to watch Denver so many times. But.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
We did good without Bill. Bill, we did miss you, by the way. We love you. We hope you'll see you back here next week. And we'll hope to see all you back next week, actually, to www.dbcorp.com, Worldwide Digital Broadcast. Please follow us on Twitter, snsportsnews.com, or Instagram, snsportsnews. Brett, it was a pleasure.
Oh, always. Good times all the time here.
All right. See you guys next week, and God bless.